help activate and heal your inactive nerves. Okay, now this one's also, it's connected with your fascia too, mewing. So I know this sounds silly, but if you want to fix your overall health, like activating muscles in your face and massaging and moving around the sinal fluids and the tissues to get away, because I think our body, they even acquires fungus and parasites and stuff like that and heavy metals, so we have to detoxify, right? But essentially mewing is this. You can search a video online about mewing, but essentially mewing is to help with the fascia up here. So it looks stupid, but you like this, you make a T. Essentially your tongue is a very powerful muscle that actually needs to be massaged too. So you can chew on it, to massage it, stick it out, put your tongue, make a T. You stick the tongue to the roof of your mouth and you try to stick your tongue as far as you can. You can even take a towel and grab your tongue and just pull it out. Like that. But so you're trying to pull it out because it is actually connected to the fascia around your neck. And then when I go like this and stretch my tongue out this way as far as I can, it's like you're stretching up, and you can feel all the tendons in your neck that are like strings, like a construction building, like wires holding it from fucking stretching fully. You know what I mean? Yeah, literally feel it's like you're pulling it. You're pulling it up, and then you can stretch your spine and your neck. So I really felt a good crack right now. Okay, now, shit, I might need to take a break and eat something. I'm starving right now. Okay, physiotherapy. So here, physiotherapy, again, this is just basic stuff, but physiotherapy there are going to be people who are knowledgeable about the human body, and you can go see them, and they'll teach you how to isolate small little muscles that you would never even think about that you need to use to help you. Because essentially, if we didn't live in the system, if we lived in the natural world, we wouldn't even need to work on these small little muscles because we'd be using them normally. But the system deactivates small things in our body that is working together, that needs to work together. It's like if you deactivate, example, I remember I was in a casino and I saw this one guy. He was like in pain with his shoulder, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, do you want me to explain why you have shoulder pain?" And he kind of looked down on me. He was a rich guy, and I was just around nobody. But essentially, I told him, "Listen, I've been going through pain like you have. Essentially, what's happening is that you have shoulder pain because you're using your shoulder too much because your back is not active. Because you need to use your whole body, your back, to be lifting stuff, not just your arm." And he's like, "Yeah, that makes sense." And there is if you're in Vancouver, I don't know if this guy still exists, but I just want to put his information out there. If I can find his card. Actually, is this for? Actually, we'll get to that in the next chapter. Yeah, that's in the next chapter. So physiotherapy. So here's some tools that. Oh, actually, this is another one for the stomach, for the massaging. Sorry, one more thing here for the massaging. So again, this is very important. The stomach is very tender. There's a lot of muscles here, right? And again, for me, my whole life, I absorbed a lot of energy into my core, and I didn't know, right? And essentially, it made a bunch of knots. It makes your stomach literally twist up into knots, and that affects your confidence. That affects your attraction. You can roll this like this. Essentially, you just put your stomach on it. You apply pressure. And you just do like cobra. You just try to push into the ground, or push your stomach into the towel and breathe into your stomach. Okay, all right. Okay, I guess next part. So, fuck, that's a lot. Okay, next page. Okay, and this is the advanced level now. Okay, so this one will include some TCM, so traditional Chinese medicine. So again, acupuncture. So again, all these things, acupuncture, acupressure, chiropractor, dry needling, you need to use these all in tandem. Something I see online, the chiropractor and the physiotherapist are arguing, "Oh, you don't need to do this," or "Chiropractor's bullshit, you need to do this instead because you need to strengthen." Well, to be honest, chiropractor helped me open up my joints. And back in the day, maybe 100 years ago, you would probably go see some old Chinese guy in his house, and he would spend the whole day contorting you and cracking you and twisting you into different positions to fix your back, to fix your body, because that's how it worked. I've seen this one guy in Russia, he's getting popular online, or he's from Europe somewhere. He literally will grab the meat from your back and lift up. Because this is a skin, this is a bodysuit. This is a meat sack. So you literally have to, the skin has to be ripped off from the meat. So you can have, like, you can be moving fluidly, right? So acupuncture, essentially, this guy here, if you're in Vancouver, I like this guy, he was pretty cool. Essentially, he'll do hot cupping, he'll do like massages, hot cupping, and then he'll put the needles into key points, and then even massage you while you're doing that. So really like that. Chiropractor, like I said, I think it's important, but also find one advice that gives you a complimentary x-ray on the beginning. One that you can keep, that they can email to you and you can keep on your phone, so you can directly show other experts what your issue is. Okay, now dry needling. Dry needling. Okay, so essentially, I'm kind of sighing on this one because I have to show you exactly what to do. So dry needling, basically dry needling is different from acupuncture. Dry needling is, they essentially don't put any, it's like they don't put any fluid or anything, it's just like a dry needle. It's a thicker one too, a longer one. Essentially you pay like $200 an hour for some guy to come and put needles in tight, tense areas. Essentially, I literally need it in a lot of spots in my body because it's so tight. Like example here, I have overactive traps from carrying a lot of groceries from when I was a kid. And essentially, these traps are essentially doing too much work. And essentially, they're not allowing my shoulder to move back. So I need to actually cut this part. So essentially, I would like to get one guy, when I went to do it, he actually grabbed here and he put a needle here and it releases so much tension. You feel like, oh my god, and it feels like a prick, like a little pain, but it doesn't hurt too much. Essentially, let's see if I can do it. So essentially, if you don't want to pay, and you can look away if you don't want to see this, but I'm just going to do it now. Basically, I'll have tension here. I'm going to stick it. You have to release the side. Okay, let's get a good spot here. Nice tense area here. Essentially, you just stab yourself with a needle and it doesn't feel as bad as you think, and you press it and you stab it and you move it around and you start releasing tension, and this system will make you feel like, oh, you need to see an expert, $200 an hour, and that's going to make you bankrupt when you can just fucking use a goddamn needle yourself. Look, I go like this and I stab into the, when you have painful areas here that are inactive, you go like this, you find the fucking spot that's inactive. Okay, motherfucker, you want to fuck with me? Yeah! You stab it right in there. Dude, you're in pain every day. What's a little prick right now? Just to get it fucking over with. You know, back in the day, they wanted to lie and hide everything. These people, these like, in these kingdoms, right? They would have a fucking bed of needles that you would lay down and someone would stand on you and jump on top of you just to get this shit done with. So essentially that's how you, and you wash this of course, right? But that's how you heal your body with needles without using a stupid expert quote unquote doctor. I remember I was talking to this person in theory, like I was talking to him about my theories, and literally this guy was like scoffing at me. Because, oh, I'm just a nobody, oh, I'm not quote unquote educated. Okay, next one. Okay, so this is gonna be another one I have to talk about fucking an hour for. Okay, so it's special, okay, you can find a clinic that will specialize in scoliosis rehab. So essentially I had either one expert said I had full out scoliosis, which is like a curve in the spine, and another expert said I had a slight curve. Regardless, curve, full out scoliosis, I think I had right like in the middle, like just almost scoliosis in the curve. Actually, I'm pretty compressed. Basically, I had full compression almost. Essentially, fuck, it's been about, because you're in pain because your body is not, like you're not, your back is not active, and you're fucking just using these small muscles to just stand up and survive while you're getting attacked by the system that's trying to stop you from figuring out what's happening. fucking assholes. But basically, okay, what are they talking about? Okay, so you go to a scolio. There's some clinics that will help teach you how to stand properly, and they'll teach you some exercises. They'll do some kind of analysis, but they're very expensive because they make use of a lot of experts, like X-ray people, like bone experts, like experts in, you know, etc. Right? Physiotherapy and scoliosis, right? So basically, oh, hang on. Let's go back to physiotherapy. I have to go back to physiotherapy because I didn't show you what I use for physiotherapy. Okay, so we're gonna come back to the scoliosis, but we have to just talk about the tools that I use for physiotherapy. So again, you can use like one of these vests, the back supports. You can use them for just part of your day, but you can use it like once a week, twice a week, maybe a few hours when you work. But if you use it the whole day, it's gonna hurt your back. Essentially, I don't think it's so healthy just to have it statically held. You need to be doing exercises. So I think that's just good for some relief, right? And some strengthening, but not full out, not a full out answer, right? Now, here's some things that help me a lot. So when you do your exercises, you do basic stuff. And essentially, this helped me a lot. Just like this shit. Because you're trying to push down to the ground and you're trying to stretch out to the top, right? And again, if you could see someone's ribs, they need help. If you can see someone's collarbone, they need help. If someone's legs are skinnier than their upper body, they need help because they're not using their full potential. If someone doesn't have the glutes, if they have no ass, they need help. If they're standing like this all the time, they need help. If they have issues with their posture. Okay, now let's go here. Yeah, another thing like this shit. Yeah, again, essentially you're just trying to push into the ground. Trying to push into the ground and stretch. Right? And when you sit, you're not supposed to be like this with a curved back. It's supposed to be like straight, a straight back, like that. Oh yeah, this is what these bastards never tell you too. When you do exercises, example, if I want to send energy out, if I want to punch, then you breathe out. But if you want to build exercise, so if you want to build muscle, if you want to like heal your body and add air into your body, you breathe while you exercise. So when you do a curl, you go and you breathe into the muscle. But these bastards, they never tell you that. It's always like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. You can try either or, you know what I mean? They don't want to tell you how to do it because they're trying to make it hard for you to figure it out. Also, what's another thing here? Oh yeah, this one, like a band. Buy bands for like this one, like stuff like this. You're like spreading this apart, right? But just different types of, like a band. This will help me a lot. What's another one? Oh yeah, just to strengthen your. Because again, look, this is very important too. I'm trying to think of I forgot something about the feet. Because like example, it's not, you actually have to strengthen your grip too to help you get like bigger, because this is connected to everything here. So you actually have to do grip strengthening, but this is not a good one actually. This one's not so good. This is just like, it's not natural. A natural one would be like this. So you have to actually take like a cloth, make it wet, and then practice wringing it out with one hand and the other side. Because the stronger your grip, then you can hold heavier weights. Because everything's connected. Like when you're carrying something, I used to lift like this, but you actually just let your body hold the weight and you just focus on your grip. And then we'll talk about how you walk now. Now the scoliosis clinic I think I spent like a grand, over $1,000, and this is the information that I learned: how to stand properly. So essentially, when you're standing, you have to have a slight bend in your knee. You have to push your hips forward. You're like center. Essentially, you imagine that this is like a bowl of soup, and it's called bell and bowl. So you try to imagine that this is filled with soup and you don't tip over and spill the soup.